Lenox solid plastic lockers by Bradley can be configured in a variety of ways, from back-to-back configurations in locker rooms to single runs in corridors. We will demonstrate how to install an L-shaped configuration with 6 lockers. It calls for common options including a base, corner filler, end panels, and slope tops. To ensure proper functionality, pay close attention to the installation manual as plastic locker installations are more detailed than metal. Upon delivery, the locker should be stored and installed in a climate-controlled environment and shielded from direct sunlight. It is recommended to unwrap lockers 12 to 24 hours prior to installation so the material can be acclimated to room temperature. The submittal layout and installation manual are included in the hardware box. An additional copy of the installation manual can be found online at bradleycorp.com. Review the submittal layout to verify the number of lockers and components before installation. Do not begin installation until you have all parts. Carefully lift the lockers when moving and positioning. Do not drag them. For this reason, 2 people are recommended for a safe and proper installation. The tools required for installation include a tape measure, a power drill, a right angle power drill, a hammer drill, a 3/16 masonry drill bit, 9/32 drill bit, 1/16 drill bit, a Phillips driver bit, a 4-foot or a 6-foot level, plastic shims, pop rivet gun, clamps, circular saw with carbide tipped blade, a combination square, and a laser level. Make sure all floors and walls are clean and smooth by removing any loose debris. Lastly, examine the floor to determine high and low spots. This is essential to providing a level base. In most instances, the floor will not be completely level and shims will be required. Properly installing the locker base is the most important step to ensuring a level installation. The additional time spent on the base will save significant time when positioning the lockers. Locker base sections ship in standard lengths to be cut and modified in the field. Do not confuse these with slope-top wall strips, which may also be black. Also included are slotted end caps, which always measure 3 inches less than the depth of the locker to provide a toe kick. Never cut these. To determine the appropriate length of the base, refer to the submittal layout. Remember to take into account not only the width of the locker run, but also filler strips as well. Now, dry fit the base on the floor according to the submittal layout, following the installation manual. This determines if the base will need to be cut. In our case, the base length for locker run ABC and DEF are both 36 inches. With 12 inches of dead space in the corner, this makes each run 48 inches from the wall. For longer locker runs, the base sections may need to be connected together using the mending plate and screws provided. Take one of the slotted end caps and slide it onto the base. Position the pieces parallel to the wall and ensure the space between is consistently 9 inches deep. Then, confirm your length is 48 inches. In this example, the base section for locker run DEF will need to be cut. The locker run measures 48 inches. However, it will be cut to 47.5 inches to compensate for the half-inch end cap. Also, feel free to draw a line on the floor inside the base to use as a reference. Using a combination square, transfer the original cut line. Then, cut the base using a circular saw with a carbide tipped blade. Use a deburring tool to smooth rough edges. Dry fit the piece back in place and double check measurements. Use the combination square to ensure the 2 end caps and the inside corner where the 2 base sections meet are square. Now, anchor the corner brackets to the floor using a 3/16 masonry drill bit and the 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch tap-gun screws provided, drilling 2 inches deep. In our case, the floor is constructed of wood, so we are using a standard 3/16 drill bit. Next, ensure bases and end caps are level. In most instances, the floor will not be completely level and shims will be required to keep a level base. Bradley recommends using plastic shims as these will not expand and contract over time like wood. To shim correctly, place them under the corner brackets perpendicular to the bracket. Now, you're ready to secure the base to the corner brackets. Drill the 1/16 inch pilot holes 1/2 inch deep. Then, secure the base section to the corner brackets using the number 10 by 1/2 inch screws provided and verify the distance from the wall. Repeat this step for the remaining corner brackets. Ensure it is plumb and level one final time. Then, cut each shim flush with the base. Corner fillers are designed to fill gaps and secure inside corner lockers together. Be sure to reference the submittal layout for the proper location. Standard filler panels are installed in the same fashion. In our layout, the corner filler will attach to locker A, a one-tier locker. For all one-tier lockers, the corner filler must be bolted to the handle side to provide additional strength and support to the locker. Lay the locker horizontally on its side and clamp the corner filler to the side of the locker. Then, using the holes in the corner filler bracket as a template, drill 4 9/32 clearance holes through the locker. Remove any debris from the holes. Secure the corner filler to the locker with the 1024 male and 1024 by 1/2 inch female sex bolts provided. Verify the filler is flush against the locker with no visible space between. Now you're ready to place the lockers on the base. Refer to the submittal layout for proper locker position. In our layout, locker A is the anchor for the entire installation. It is essential this locker is plumb, square, and in the correct position. For all one-tier lockers, the corner filler must be bolted to the handle side to provide additional strength and support to the locker. Place locker A on the base. Then, place locker D and dry fit it up to locker A. Square and plumb locker A. In our case, shimming is required on the bottom of the locker and the wall. When the locker is square, secure it to the wall using the 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch Tapcon screws provided, placing one near the top and one near the bottom. The bottom screw is positioned closer to the shim side for better support. With a level base and locker A secured to the wall, you are ready to attach lockers B and C. Remove locker D from the base. Then position and dry fit locker B next to locker A and clamp them together. The locker should be level across the top and front faces flush with each other. Next, using the right angle power drill, drill 4 9/32 clearance holes about 1.5 inches from the front of the locker, evenly spaced top to bottom. Remove any debris to prevent gaps between lockers. Secure the lockers using the 1024 male and 1024 by 3/4 inch female sex bolts provided. Square and plumb the locker using shims as required. In our case, we need to shim the bottom again. Secure the locker to the wall at the top and bottom using the 2 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch Tapcon screws provided. Finally, ensure the locker frames are flush and the door and frame edges are parallel to each other. Also, make sure the doors open and close freely and do not rub against the frame. Next, install locker C following the same process. Dry fit the locker up to B, clamp in place, and secure, shimming as necessary. With locker run ABC complete, we can now move on to DEF. Review the submittal layout, place locker D on the base, and dry fit with the corner filler on locker A. Plumb and level locker D. Then, secure it to the wall at the top using the 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch Tapcon screws provided. Shim and level as needed. Then secure the bottom screw. Now, secure locker D to the corner filler by drilling 4 1/16 inch pilot holes through the locker box and corner filler about 1.5 inches from the locker face. Then, drill a 3/16 diameter clearance hole 3/7 inch deep through the locker box only. It's recommended to use a drill stop or tape to prevent drilling through the corner filler. Fasten the locker to the corner filler using the number 6 by 1.5 inch screws provided. Before installing the next locker, Perform a visual inspection, making sure that the locker is square, level, and plumb. Check the submittal layout again and continue installation of lockers E and F, following the same process as lockers B and C. With the locker and corner fillers installed, we can now move on to the slope tops. Components for installing the slope tops include the corner slope top and slope top sections. The corner slope top should never be cut, but the slope top sections may be cut and modified in the field using a circular saw with a carbide tip blade. Also included are wall strips that come in 54-inch lengths. Although the strips may need to be modified, there is more than enough material to complete the installation. The color of the wall strips may vary, so don't confuse them with the base lengths if they are black. First, position the wall strips on top of the lockers flush against the wall. Measure and scribe a line according to the submittal layout. Cut the wall strips using a circular saw. Next, drill 1/4-inch mounting holes through the wall strip. For concrete walls, start 1 inch from each end and space holes equally. Do not exceed 16 inches on center. Anchor using a 3/16 masonry drill bit with the 1/4-inch by 2 1/4-inch Tapcon screws provided. For stud walls, drill holes at every stud location covered by the wall strip using a standard 3/16 drill bit. Anchor with the same Tapcon screws used for concrete walls. Next, install the corner slope top. Rest the back edge of the corner slope top on the wall strip. Fit the groove of the slope top over the front edge of the locker while at the same time pressing down on the score line. Clamp the corner slope in place and drill a 1/16-inch diameter pilot hole through the locker and into the corner slope. Do not drill through the corner slope. Make sure the hole is located 1 1/4 inches from the front edge of the locker. This is critical to provide proper thread engagement and prevent drilling through the corner slope. Follow the pilot hole with a 3/16-inch diameter clearance hole through the locker only. Then, secure the corner slope using the number 8 by 1 1/4-inch screws provided. Do not over-tighten the screws. Repeat this process for each locker. Next, measure and cut 2 slope top sections according to the submittal layout for a custom fit. Like the corner slopes, drill pilot and clearance holes in each locker and secure using the screws provided. End panels can be cut to size in the field if necessary. The front edge of the panel has a radius and should not be cut. It helps to use a drill stop or tape at the end of the drill bit so you don't drill through the end of the panel. First, drill 6 1/16-inch pilot holes through the inside of the locker and into the end panel. 2 at the top corners, 2 at the bottom corners, and 2 near the middle. Then, remove the clamped end panel and drill 6 3/16-inch diameter clearance holes from the outside of the locker. Now, clamp the end panel back in place and fasten it to the locker using the number 6 by 5/8-inch screws provided. Do not screw through the end panel or over-tighten. In high vandal applications, it is recommended to use sex bolts rather than the exposed fasteners provided. The last step of the installation is to install the number plates and conduct a final inspection. To install the number plates, first determine the locker number sequence. Next, position the number plate in the recess of the locker door. Using a pop rivet gun, install the 2 rivets into the plate from the front of the locker. Finally, conduct an inspection of the lockers. Using a mild cleaner and soft cloth, wipe down the lockers. Sweep and vacuum any debris. Following these installation instructions will ensure a long-lasting and durable product. For more information, visit bradleycorp.com.